Good evening, duck type people. It's time for another boot camp. The boots are somehow on the webbed feet. We're going. I'm Saracen, Luffy here, running the show as we are here for Thief Week. Notice a distinct silence in the air as we are sneaking around.
Yeah, it's a very sneaky stream. I don't restream often. I'm doing the best I can. I don't know how to get other music in. Y'all are just gonna have to deal with the two of us chatting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and I don't run game music,
Yeah, blame
which,
him.
yeah, fun fact. People talk about audio cues for overworld encounter manipulation. I'm just like, no.
1,000, 1,000.
I've said to people before, I play this game by sense of smell. So, sometimes that's just how it is.
This is true. Factually correct.
So, Thief Week,
Thief.
actually misnomer, Ninja Week,
Yes.
because we have the power.
We do. So on Sunday night we did the fighter things, and that was fun. It was a good time. But now we're going to show you what the other side of a melee can look like with a ninja. The ninja has gotten some serious buffs over the last couple years, made it a viable endgame melee I guess linchpin piece for your party. It can carry you. It has done it before. It is a little more volatile, but we're gonna see ways to make that work tonight.
If you ask certain Will Bloodworth type people in the community about their opinions of Thief, it was always viable.
True.
Um, I think that the viability of the past was grossly exaggerated versus the current present, where the thief is kind of a mainstay these days.
The
Frequently in the past, we saw, fighter triple mage as a very standard party, but because of the amount of improvements to the thief, it's just hard to ignore as a class these days. And there's a lot of folks who will run fighter thief parties with two mages or thief triple mage. There's lots of options available.
yeah.
And pretty much the thief is hard to say no to with the buffs.
You will find that and I think Will Bloodworth has said this before as well, the fastest way to end a fight is to run from it. So we're not going to be showing that off super much tonight. The ninja's about showing you how it can be a viable melee, but many of us will take a thief just on the ability to run alone. They have so much value when it comes to trying to run this game at a high level, a little bit on the faster side, because you can really utilize their ability to preemptive strike and their ability to be able to run from battle to save you inputs and save you time. So they're definitely a mainstay in many parties these days.
Thank you, Vaughn, for the raid. Know that
Hello.
Vaughn has joined up in the Duckling program this time around, and I've seen times posted so far. So
Yeah.
happy to see the raid come over. Hope that you enjoy the content here as we look at the thief and the ninja more specifically. Luffy, do you have the flags pulled up? I can't see what you're doing.
I
So
do. So let's see.
okay.
Can y'all see them? Am I doing this right?
I'm a hope.
Yay! I can see it on Twitch. Yay! It works.
Fantastic. All right. So the goal section, nothing is changed here from Fighter Week.
Yep,
All
all the
right.
same, all the same.
We're just gonna gloss over this. We're still gonna need to do our dungeons. There's a Topher exit. It's fine. Scaling, much the same as Fighter Week. Honestly, I don't think I changed up anything here, and that's fine.
I don't think
We're
so
still
either.
on the
Yeah,
lighter side of scale.
yeah. 86 and 91 look correct for gold and HP. This looks all the same. So the only difference here is you're taking a ninja, not a fighter.
When we get to our incentivized locations and items, you're going to notice some change ups here from the Fighter Week. If you are, eagle eyed or you're really in tune to this, we took off a few things. No Masa in the incentive pool. That's fine. No Titan's Trove. It's fine. But we did add Canaria Locked, Marsh Locked, and Sea Shrine Random Locked. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Random Locked in Sea Shrine is literally one chest. All right.
It sounds worse than it is.
Um, It is that friendly chest
Yeah.
that exists, the only key lock in C. However, we do have the option in the randomizer to put some locks on those pesky mermaids, put them in jail.
Yes, the mermaid prison.
I do love that flag.
It's good. It's
It
real
is
good.
not on tonight.
Yeah, that's okay. It's a fun one.
It is. So if you're not familiar with that friendly chest in C, it is on the way to mermaids in the crescent moon shaped room, kind of in the middle of that second.
Yeah, better than average chance you guys see that tonight. Even just a quick little pop over there to show you what it is.
Absolutely. Now, because we got rid of the Masa and because we added a couple of extra check locations, we've got some different items in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the katana, the premier weapon for the thief slash ninja.
Mm-hmm.
And the katana is a powered up Vorpal. And why is the katana great? Because it crits, and crits are amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's how crits work in Final Fantasy. If you get a critical, it does regular damage, and then it does an extra hit worth of damage that ignores absorb. It's amazing.
Yeah, we call that overpowered.
Yeah. So the katana's base crit is 75, and you divide it by 2 to get your percentage. So you're looking at a 37.5% chance of crit. It is just monstrous.
Yeah, just
And when it
imagine with
rolls up,
fast.
when it rolls up and you get the extra crit rating on the weapon, even better.
Yep.
Defense sword it's a sword. It casts ruse. It's fantastic. Power gauntlet. It's gauntlets that cast saber. They're just fabulous.
Yep.
Other than that, not a whole lot of surprises in our incentives. Game mode and overworld, no changes from the fighter week. We've got early open progression to open up the option of dwarves and that pathway between ice and volcano, but nothing else.
It's so funny. I've been thinking for the last couple days about the seed on Sunday and how you said we talked about how that tile is now removed and you can now connect Provoca to Ice Cave, and I should have done that first.
Well,
and shown it off.
Volcano, the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, but things happen.
Things happen.
Mm-hmm,
It's fine. Maps and routing, no changes here from Fighter Week.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have our shuffled pillars and all of that.
Yep.
No changes in the treasures and freebies. So we're still shuffling the treasures and the rewards because otherwise we're just plain vanilla.
Yep.
No changes in the shops and magic. So that's nice. If you've done Fighter Week, this is going to feel very familiar from a general flow standpoint. We just got a couple different checks in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No changes in the enemies, formations, and bosses. But when we get to party composition, that is where life has changed. Where we will start with a ninja. It is a promoted thief. Why do we do that? Well, thief is very tricky when you're just learning the randomizer.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just can't equip very much.
Yeah.
And so what we've kind of decided as a community over the years is let's, engage the power fantasy. Let's just do the ninja thing and have a good time with it.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with the ninja from the vanilla game, that's fine. But it has the ability to cast levels 1 through 4 black magic. And I believe it gets all the slots of those.
It does, yeah. All the slots 1 through 4 black magic, which can be very strong, depending on how magic rolls in the randomizer. Nothing's more exciting than having a ninja just with 4 extra casts of nuke to go through Temple of Fiends to mow down some trash mobs. It definitely adds a layer of security to your party.
Being able to self-buff fast sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different things that can come into play with that black magic. Whereas the knight has levels 1 through 3 white, but with the red wizard restrictions on slots, it's like
not as strong.
You're taking the fighter for the fighter thing. It's not the casting. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, our big change here, we will have a starting ninja. You cannot take an additional thief in these flags. You could take a fighter if you want, I guess.
Yeah.
but we're still keeping the black belt out because black belts are coming later.
Yeah.
And by later, I mean Sunday.
Yeah.
This upcoming Sunday, you will see black belts.
Yeah, you guys
I
are in for a
promise.
treat that day. Black belts are fun.
Black belts, they're divisive but fun. Yes,
They are very
we,
divisive. You're not
we
wrong.
get to see fun numbers with them.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
the key.
Big number go up, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so class balance. We have double thief and ninja hit growth percent, which is almost always on these days. Better thief and ninja starting agility. We're going to be starting at 80. That's I would say kind of common.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go down to 50. The selector goes as high as 120.
I believe so.
Which,
Yes, it does.
baby.
Yeah, yeah. You want to talk? You want to talk evasive?
Now this next one I'm going to talk about. This one's real important. You get your listening ears on for this one. Thief lock picking. Starting at level 10, you will be able to access anything that the mystic key would open once your ninja is level 10.
Yeah. This is fun to show off in this context, but you want to talk divisive flags, this is certainly one of them, because it removes the need to find a key, which can truly change a lot of things in the game, depending on, the flags or what you're doing. Tonight it's on there to show it off and have some fun, but this is one to keep an eye out for. It can be very overpowered.
Absolutely. And what's really important to keep in mind, and this is why I say get those listening ears on, thief lockpicking is never in logic.
That's right.
The game cannot accommodate in the logic thief lockpicking. So if you get something that was key locked, it is out of logic. Now, just because it's out of logic doesn't mean we can't have fun with it, though.
That's
and,
right.
You'll see that tonight. There's a whole series of strategies around making sure that you play lockpicking to your advantage. Making sure that, we have Marsh locked turned on. I should try to get to level 10 before I go to Marsh. How am I going to do that? And that's an interesting challenge.
Yeah. You think it feels bad, try grinding creeps and ogres outside Elfland for a couple levels and see how that feels.
We do still have the improved harm for White Mage to keep that White Mage in the more viable category. I think the White Mage is very strong with that flag on. And man, I had a practice today of these flags with an absolute giga chat of a White Mage. Had everything that you could possibly want on a White Mage in the first 4 levels.
Yep.
So, we like our harm here. Equipment and items, there's no changes here from Fighter Week. Game adjustments, no changes. Nothing in the experimental and beta flags. So, while we took like 45 minutes on Sunday to go through all the flags, because we wanted to really highlight all of the stuff that was going on. You see, once you get into it, you kind of get a feel for what's standard, what's just going to be there. I purposefully tried to reduce variations in the early weeks so that we can go through a little faster. So we're through these flags in 15 minutes flat. So.
Yeah. That was nice and crisp.
Yeah. So maybe we won't have a 2-hour broadcast this time, right, Luffy?
I don't think so. I think the gods are going to be a little kinder on Saracen tonight. And like you said, we really cut out a lot of the descriptions on the flags because we kind of went over a whole lot on Sunday, going over everything. It'll be much more in the realm of 15, 20 minutes at the beginning of a broadcast in the future, unless something really comes up that we want to really kind of harp on. But, Sunday night was week 1. We had to really go over everything line by line.
So I am going to just throw out a little disclaimer. There's a small chance that my controller decides to stop working in the middle of broadcast. It's been kind of on the fritz this last week. If that happens, it'll be like 1 minute for me to fix it, but you'll know, like the inputs will just stop, right?
Cool. All right, I was checking the time to see if that would work. Hey, I won't forget the clock because I know the button that has it work.
Hooray!
Huzzah!
All right, well, let's see what we got tonight. Are you flipped over to...
I am. You are good to do your party.
Fabulous. Well, we know what slot 1 is. It's going to be a ninja. What's this ninja got? Heal magic and early lockpick. All right, so early lockpick minus 10 levels to the requirement for thief lockpicking.
Yeah.
I can just pick locks
Yeah.
straight out the gate. That has some feels attached to it.
Is that strong? I'm not sure. Chad, is that strong?
Little tiny bit. Heal magic, super, super powerful. If you see heal magic on a class, that means they have charges of life.
Yeah.
The fact that it's on the melee carry,
Yeah.
like, sometimes you think, like, who do I put my ribbon on? Well, I want it on my life caster. Well, who's my life caster? The guy with the sword.
Yeah. That is
fantastic. I love it.
Very strong. This is I mean, if Sirison wanted to get spicy, he could probably solo ninja. That's no problem with that kind of a layer of security, being able to life up the party if he wanted. Oh, come on, man, get out of here. What?
White mage with clean magic. Clean magic can also have life. Improved Thor is a flag that or a blessing you like to see on fighters more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But that does mean that this white mage can swing a Thor hammer pretty decently. What improved Thor does is it doubles the final value of attack, the damage stat, before you actually calculate the damage. So it's super good on fighters because the strength growth and everything else, it does double temper. It's really a fun... there's been times where this blessing has just completely changed the way that you look at a seed. On a white mage, not so much.
Okay, sure.
Sure, if I get a second katana, I guess I'll throw it on the black. Or if I find the X-Cal randomly, that would be kind of funny.
Yeah, it would be.
Legendary swords means that you can equip legendary swords. No promotion or other restrictions. Just, throw them on.
Yeah.
The list of legendary swords is kind of small in that it's like X-Cal, Katana, Vorpal, I think. Is that it?
X-Cal, Katana, Vorpal. That is correct, yes.
Yeah. So, we're only talking about 4 items, right? Because there's 2 katanas. The Masa can be equipped by anyone anyway.
Right.
So that doesn't count in the flag, but, that's pretty good. Plus lock, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not taking a fighter, but I just wanted to show the bless.
Yeah.
And buff magic, red mage. All right, so buff magic is you start with fast, temper, and invis 2 in your level 8s.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Especially on a class that can't get level 8 spells. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, party comp. I'm a huge fan of Thief Rainbow. I think it's a great comp. This is my preferred party order for it. I like to have the white mage at the back because I like to have my black casters together in the order, and I like to have the red mage in slot.
Interesting.
Yep. It's just how I am. It's all about the menuing.
Yeah,
the consistency of menuing is just so much better for me like this.
I can see that making a lot of sense. Interesting. Might be something I might try just to, switch things up. That's interesting.
It's really funny hearing people like have those realizations about party order. Like, you never know what people are necessarily thinking beyond the idea of there's like one less slot of RNG on slot 3 and things like that. So a lot of people like to put white mage in slot 3 on the hope that there's less chance of being targeted and whatnot. But nah, it's all about the menuing for me.
Unless you're going against Kraken, then it doesn't matter where the white mage is.
Right. And, honestly, the one thing that can really throw me off on this is if the white magic is good and then I have to swap the white mage to slot 3 so that the menuing stays the same.
Yep.
It's not like I'm going to reset and rename over that, but, anyway, I think with that, Are we ready to go?
Yeah, you count us down. 3, 2, 1. I'll try to keep track of things.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna check the treasury because I want stuff.
Yeah, I like almost want to give you the key like right now just to have, but I'm not gonna. You gotta earn it.
Yeah, it's better to not mark it because I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon armor first chest. Fabulous.
Yeah,
That's money.
it is.
That's also money. And
Oh,
a floater!
okay.
What is
Well, I
this?
hope you guys didn't have plans tonight because we're not gonna be here long.
Yeah, sometimes the game just does
It
things. And
does. It does.
I like how the Opal Gauntlet is worth more than the Dragon Armor.
It's interesting. I wonder what calculation has that do things. I'm very curious. Like, you find that or that dragon armor somewhere. It can be max gold at times, but it can also sell for 5,000, which is weird.
Well, here's the heel turn.
Yeah.
Is I have no spells to actually do anything.
True. Temper stun will work. You have wall for the white mage, so there's some good utility there. Oh, hello.
Hi.
So,
Uh,
if we have any kind of a weapon here to swing, which you do,
a longsword is fine.
that'll work. That will work.
Let's see what our armor shop says. Our armor shop
Ooh.
says we have very cheap silvers.
Yep, that's really strong.
Yeah. Um,
Great
even
gold
though the
bracelet
gold
price too.
here,
Yeah,
even though the gold is here, I'm probably gonna just stick with the silvers.
that's fine. A silver +5 is basically the equivalent of a gold, vanilla. So it's fine. There's
Yeah.
really not much of a difference. You can come back later if you want them. Chat if people you want to come back and buy those instead. If you want to run the seed also, but you're not going to really need them.
Yeah.
Decent housing prices, not the bad. And you got save items. That's also very good.
Yeah, the starting money from this lock picking endeavor is pretty great.
Again,
So I like to walk through the woods here just to get a feel for the encounter table because there's a bunch of free spaces around Canaria otherwise, and you know, it's just easier to know where the encounters are if you try to take them.
reminder to you ducks out there that the Corneria shop will always include heals, pures, and softs, but you are not guaranteed to have save items there. But we are making sure that you have at least those three utility items to have in your inventory. Nice.
Nice. That's probably like level 4 or something.
I'd say so. 5 maybe. No, now you're like level 8.
There we go. I love when the party has to take a lead because
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, make them a little safer.
Yeah. You never know what trash can be around here just, sneaking something on you.
Just stun Garland, make it easier on ourselves.
Yeah. Easy.
I could check the trap chests, but I'm just not gonna.
Alright, we get ourselves a bottle and the adamant. Okay, so we have one turn in there we can do. The other one, not so useful yet, but at least we have it.
So my inclination here is to go to Provoca first. There's some schools of thought. You can save and, do the save scum route of going to Dwarf, see if Adamant turns into something important. All that. But really, because I have the lockpicking, I kind of want to get the 8 chests behind Narek. And, if this is TNT here, then it's a double dip. I do need to check spells first, which is really awkward. This is not how I like to route this town. Hey!
Oh, okay. We got dime store nuke.
So I am going to check Black Magic before I commit that on the Red Mage.
Oh, hey. Good thing you did.
Yeah, in case that happens.
Brack also very powerful. Insta kill stone poison spell essentially can be very useful. Believe it or not, for anybody new to this, on Kraken 1 or Tia 1 especially.
Yeah,
Probably won't see that tonight, but it is there.
forgot that I bought Brack on the red mage as well, so
No,
I didn't have space for Invis after getting life 2.
you probably won't need it.
Well, this is going to be pretty. Um, yes, everything is coming up Millhouse tonight. Uh,
I am noticing the coolness of not having to worry about Fade and Nuke, being at different levels, so your menuing is still very consistent.
yeah, that is definitely nice. All right, just a couple spare softs. I didn't pick those up in Canaria, so here's our pro ring in the most inconvenient place possible.
Yeah, probably not going to come back for those. +5 though is something to consider, but I would hope that we'll find a couple of them in boxes along the way.
It's kind of tricky. You never know if they're going to
Mm-hmm.
drop,
Mm-hmm.
but especially since, at least in my practices, I've been closer to 60 chests, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we find one then, so we might come back for those. That's a very strong piece of gear.
So we're going to stop up at our dwarf dock and turn in that adamant. Downside, did not find exit or warp
Mm-hmm.
in the level 2 shop, so while I'm going to check the chests because they're here and I'm here, and this is the time to do it when you have very few resources. There's a crystal, okay. If the crystal turns into TNT, I'm going to be a little bit miffed.
Interesting, because your routing is like fine either way because you got the ship, but that's like funny what it would have been like to come here, get that crystal first, and then route that in.
Ice sword +3, going to be nice to swing around.
Mm-hmm. That's a sword that Saracen, if he wanted, could take to the end game if as long as we find that power bonk. With level 1 temper, that ice sword could absolutely work. We're not going to have to use it, but that's one of those elemental swords to keep an eye out for, the ice sword, the flame sword. But especially if the ice sword rolls up, the crit on that is stronger than the flame sword, so definitely keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, Ragnarok calling out in chat that there's a little bit of step divergence, and the step count is bad on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we get the herb, which is where we were going anyway.
Yeah,
So great. I love it. And so many XP boxes.
yeah.
It's
That's
actually
nice to see.
crazy.
That's nice to see.
With all these XP boxes, I am more than happy to run from literally everything
Mm-hmm.
at this point. There's nothing that I really want to see at this stage of the game. Like, there's nothing in the inner sea that I want to right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ragnarok for sure. XP boxes are very strong when you have lockpicking on, but this thief didn't even need him with early lockpicking, so this is just free out the gate.
Yeah, this seed rolled funny.
Mm-hmm. No.
There's the canoe. We're
Oh,
going for an airship as
okay.
soon as we finish buying spells.
Okay.
Though I am going to do the lock boxes here.
You can use a little more cash. I approve of this.
Welcome Raiders from Free Enterprise.
Hello and welcome.
We are in our Duck Boot Camp. This is class 201, as we like to call it. And this, wow.
Okay.
Um, Getting
So
sloppy on my menus, Luffy.
So fast and warp right there. Those are two spells that I don't mind seeing share the same level. They really only have one use apiece. You can find as you play this game for a while having some questions about spell level choices. Do I want to buy, or when you see multiple spells at the same level, which ones do you kind of focus on? When you have like say temper and fast for one at like level 5, like you got to start making choices there. But having warp and fast together really just pretty fine. And exit. Man, you got all the free stuff.
I got charges already
I
too.
know. I know. Look at that.
I don't care about any of that.
Even Saber for the ninja if you wanted it.
I
So,
just don't care relative to having the cash right now. Just I didn't know if that was going to be the shop item there,
it's
and I'm
just,
at a point where I can get the shop item wherever I go. So probably losing time because I'm not warping and saving. Care. We're out of here.
yeah.
We got a skyboat to pick up.
It is also faster, friends, for like Saracen did there to jump in the boat and go over to the river system rather than walk over to the river system. So that is why he did that.
All right. Giant, get out of my way.
The seed is trying to put up any kind of resistance.
Like how I also have the bottle here. There's a nice lineup if you have the bottle when you turn in the floater to just fly straight down to Gaia. But I still needed to check some stuff here. Do you have anything interesting? I don't think you can have anything interesting. I don't need to check armor shops anymore. I know where the good stuff is.
Yeah, you found everything you wanted this time. Cure 3 is not
Cure 3.
unreasonable, but you're not going to need it where you're going.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I don't really need any more magic. That's kind of the truth of it. All right. Well, Bicky had the ship. Surprise.
Okay. Oh, wait, I got to keep up with the tracking stuff. What are you? You're in the air. We just got the rod. You popped the bottle. We had the adamant. You had the crystal as well, and you had the herb, which gave you the canoe. And you have the ship.
Yep.
I'm helping.
All right. Chime. Good.
Okay.
Well, I've got a rod and I'm right here, and I have like a billion resources, so I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah. When Earth Cave is free, not 12 minutes.
It's everything has just lined up so wonderfully in this seed. You're gonna see some jets applied here.
Yeah. I mean,
Mute touch bowls. Oh, good.
Fine.
I like to preemptively try to kill that bat with
Yeah.
the NPC guillotine, and then it dives out of the way.
All right, then. You keep your secrets, Bat.
So here's the real question. Did I roll any heel turns into this seed? What's going to actually stymie me?
I'm not sure yet. Yes, Sir Topalot. This is extra credit thief or ninja week 1 of the Duck Boot Camp. Yeah, it's extra credit when it's free though.
So we kind of stopped calling it extra credit on the back end because what we found out is that like every time we ran these Wednesday classes, no matter what we did as far as naming convention, everybody just showed up.
Yeah.
Like the attendance was about the same. So it's just credit.
All right, crown again. Not a item that is useless to see. So that'll give us a turn in.
So I'm throwing a nuke on the red mage because the red mage has a bad chance at running. So if I'm gonna take the fight, sure. Anytime that you get a first strike, your run is guaranteed.
This is not like the Pixel remaster in that sense.
I like to line up by bonking that wall because otherwise I tend to miss with my controller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the controller gang. I know that the keyboard people are out there too.
The keyboard cowboys out there.
And you know what? Both valid modes of play. Well, from what
Yeah,
I understand, the keyboard tends to pay off more.
yeah,
Pre-lit, nice.
yeah. We got ourselves an earth orb and crown. I already marked off for you. Cool. Okay. Key. Okay. Well, that's our first quote unquote dud.
Yeah. So to me, in this seed, duds are going to be the tail, the key, and the ruby for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing Marsh because it's double up. I
Mm-hmm.
get 2 incentives for the price of one
Mm-hmm.
because I can check the locked.
And with exit and warp again, this dungeon is free and fast.
What is worth noting is we do have logical reason to not care about the first incentive in here because either, well, ice, volcano, or this incentive chest will be the canal.
Mm-hmm.
And we know this because the key came out of effective.
Mm-hmm.
Astos was spared by the magic of the reset button.
Man, that's a nice opal shield you can't use.
Yeah, right.
At least that the seed's being kind with the fighter gear.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of something.
Yeah, if there is a heel turn in there, at least it's the fighter gear you can only look at. Ooh, spicy.
I don't have a nuke charge yet on the ninja, so it's very sad. But these also have like 100 hit points.
Yeah, that's. I mean, well.
It's okay. I'm not going to stay. All right,
Hey.
there's a dud because I don't care about that.
All right. That is the ruby. That is one of our fun percent flags. That is multi-food titan. What is that? Is that junk food? Or
I have it
random?
set to
Random,
all.
right? All. Yeah.
Even the ninja failed to run. The Titan is not incentivized. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh boy. Oh.
Well, I
Ah.
really do want to know what's in that chest.
Yeah. All right. So the seed just gave us our first little bit of like, hey, slow down ever so slightly. But
Yeah.
that I don't think we're gonna run into that problem again.
I'm going to check this chest I skipped before. Ah, dang. I was really hoping to like top deck a ribbon right there.
I can't tell you. I've found a ribbon there once, and I check it every time now because of that.
Yeah, the confirmation bias is real.
Yep.
Now, what we really hope is that this ambush that I was suffering from is a fluke.
It
It is not.
not. Interesting. So I would think it's the iguanas that are the problem since you ran into giants already.
It's always the formation. It's not the individual monsters they're in,
Okay.
and it's the power bomb.
That's useful. Oh, that feeling as well when the seed gives you clean magic and it has life too. Not just life
Yeah,
one.
right.
Sure. It's up to RNG. Thank you, Ragnarok.
Yeah, so the ambush percent is still RNG.
Mm.
However, it is influenced by the formation.
Mm.
We have that shuffled, but that doesn't necessarily do a whole lot for it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Might
pick
as
up a
well.
couple more of those too. I already opened the bottle when I open the floater. Generally, it's nice to just do that. Well, if I find a ribbon, then this thief is going places.
Yep. Parabolic and defense sword, that's a very nice couple items to have there for the ninja. And the cube for sale at the Oasis.
That is very handy.
Mm-hmm.
I I'm happy that it was that cheap. So typically, when you have an incentive item that's at the later shops, they tend to be a little bit pricier. We're going to do Volcano, and I'm going to hope that there's something interesting in the armory. And it's also going to tell me, as I'm on my way to carry, whether ice is required. Because if the canal is not in the incentive box here, that means that the canal is in ice.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever ice leads to, rather.
You have the chime also, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So you can also do sky. I'm just trying to keep track. You got rid of the key or the ruby and ditched the key as well. Okay.
Vanilla katana.
Well, that's fine.
Ice armor is a bit of an up.
It's a bit of an upgrade, yeah. It's better than the silver +5 anyway.
All right. So we looted out the armory. We got a few things. We'll see if we can just take out an R-Hydra. It's going to stinger us. Great. It's okay. We killed it.
The red mage hits for more than the ninja. That's funny.
It's the ice sword
Yeah.
having the damage bonus.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny.
This is also my first seed, like, that I've been doing where the katana hadn't rolled up.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of the thing too.
Yeah.
The katana being at just neutral value is very sad because pluses on it are extremely powerful.
So I guess that's a 17% chance, 18% chance that it rolled neutral, given that it can go up to +5. That's kind of bad luck.
Yeah. I think it comes out to like 16-ish.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I really don't care about that.
That's something for the white mage to do if she ever runs out of charges of fade.
Yeah, but what are the odds of that?
Unlikely.
Like, you're seeing how few encounters I'm taking as we go down.
Yeah. Again, the importance of routing over those damage tiles, not advancing the encounter table, gives a lot of free steps in this dungeon. It's a very, very fast dungeon. 90 seconds. Hello, Raider from Setobox. Welcome to RPG Limit Break, presenting Final Fantasy Randomizer Damage Poison Wizards. Or Stone Poison. Even better. Oh, okay.
It's the canal. The ice has something in it.
Yeah, definitely want to use warp there.
As much as I like having lawn gnomes for when I go into Topher for safety, I really need the firepower.
Yeah. Kelly is not to be disrespected all the time.
Yeah, most of the time she's actually kind of scary, especially when you're going at her at level 13. So Carrie has super high MDef, like irrationally high MDef, which means that even your top level spells like Nuke and Fade have a decent chance of rolling low. 2 of them succeeded. technically, I think those are considered critical hits as far as magic is concerned. Like the top half of the damage range
Mm-hmm.
is, or I guess top 2/3 of the damage range is considered the critical range. This dungeon is dangerous,
Yeah, this is
by the way,
spooky.
because of wizards.
And they can
I
show
mean,
up in packs. Oh boy.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That black mage can stay a statue for now. So, Luffy, why don't you tell our viewers about our good friend Dan?
Yeah. So Dan right there is one of the names we affectionately give to party members who are no longer among the active party members, I would say. They're either laying around on the ground and we're dragging them through the game, or they're made of stone and we're still dragging them through the game. The point of this is now Saracen has 3 party members, which we call their up. So right now, any experience that he's going to get from taking these fights, instead of being split 4 ways, is now going to be split 3 ways. So you're going to see a little bit more funneling of levels here into specifically that ninja and probably his, these red mage and white mage, because they're the 2 strongest party members right now. That black mage is nice, but the black mage has temper level 1, it has fast level 3, it's got probably 5 charges of nuke right now. That's really all we need out of that black mage.
And with the ninja as our melee carry, one of the considerations is how do we get enough hit points to survive Tofu?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one downside.
Hey, nice.
That
Sky.
sky. I'm gonna try to avoid ordeals.
That's okay. It'll path in quite nicely when you get the Oxyel out of here, and you're gonna have to do ordeals.
No, because if Oxy, then I bet on either sea or waterfall having the loot.
Yeah, but we're still waiting for that heel turn, and this is where it happens.
Fair. So Blue D's, very annoying enemy. They are weak to fire, which does not necessarily make a whole heck of a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to take this pack.
Yeah, that's not a terrible grouping there. Except they hit
It
hard.
hurts, but that's what we have Fade and Nuke for.
Yeah, this is what, 8, 9K? No, not that quite that much. Okay. Well, still nice.
Just top everybody off real quick. A lot of our good encounters are going to come out of Sky 2 and Sky 3 and the Bridge of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Cerebus, good encounter, not great, but it's it's a little bit of filler XP on the way up.
Yeah. Don't be tempted by that fight.
If I see a robot chicken, I'm gonna take it for the fans.
Yeah, he has to, and
whether or not it's
fine.
a good idea.
It's fine. He's fine.
It's not a good idea until I have a ribbon. Oh, I like the mute touch that landed on the ninja there.
Yeah, that's cute.
So earlier today, I ran a practice seed, and I had 3 nearly back-to-back war mechs. There's another dud. Okay. The Ordeals is looking more justified.
It is. Let's see. What other... So... Still missing ribbon loot. Slab? You were able to... You have slab?
If I have slab, it's a surprise to me.
You definitely didn't translate. You did not. Interesting. Okay. Chat loves Ordeals. There's 1 pro ring. One's better than 0.
Yeah, it's helpful. I almost have enough hit points to live through a Warmac. Maybe. So level 19, I'm starting to get to a safer-ish point. I like to generally keep Sky as my last dungeon so that I have all the key items going in. Suppose I should double check hit points here before I potentially run into a mech, because I just got levels. No.
No. Do not be
Airs are,
tempted by those, chat. Do not be tempted.
airs are terrible. They hit decently hard, and they are not very rewarding.
Yeah, and they're usually tremendously evasive. Sure.
I have one nuke charge on this ninja, and here it goes.
Everybody loves nachos, right, Phoenix? Not the greatest of turn order, but it's okay. We'd like that wall to come out before that, but we're fine.
Yeah, it's okay. The heal 2 is going to solve that problem. And with 2 tempers and a fast into this ninja, this katana is going to do work. And the wall was very justified.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, come on. You do over 600 the first swing and then 250 the next. Come on, a little consistency here, katana.
Ooh.
I could have tried bracking, but I don't remember how many charges I had left.
Oh, wait. We got air orb and fire orb.
I hate it, but I think... Yeah, I'm justified to do this play. I can try to brack the Kraken, but, you know, no guarantees that it works. But that does put us up to 3 orbs complete.
Ooh.
Which is a very nice place to be. Yeah, those catmen are... They're a thing.
Yeah, that could have been really bad in Sky if you were on a different part of the encounter table, and does give a little pause for concern with Ordeals, but probably fine. Oh, zonk out the gate.
Hey, you know what? That's a good time for it.
Yep. All right, chat. Now, 1 through 4 pillar game. What's it going to be?
Fun fact, all of my practices have been 4th pillar where I've had to go to Ordeals.
I'm seeing a bunch of 3s. A 2, a 4. More 3s.
Actually, I like this pack for some reason. I don't know why, but Mancats for some reason I think are okay. It's mostly because they died pretty even. They're not great experience though. I'm pretty sure this was a zonk, but I don't care. Not enough to use a warp chart.
Oh.
That looks like the one.
Yeah, it looks like it's number 2. Oh, but we're fine. We have warp.
Mancats resist almost everything except time and non-elemental damage. They have a limited pool of hit points as their primary weakness.
Take care, Ragnarok. Thank you. Shout out to Fellison for having the guess of number 2 as well. Nice job. Hey, there's a free one.
We're skipping this one. We're out of here. All right, game.
Yeah, let me just mark that on the tracker for sure this time. Okay.
Red Mage calling out that I could put the X-Cal onto the Black Mage, and I can.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit of menuing that I don't feel the need to do right now. Rolling up on 35 minutes.
Yeah, Siberian Bull saying they called these slab and ordeals. I kind of had a feeling it was going that direction as well.
Yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, I don't see the slab
Right.
until C
Mm-hmm.
because I got Oxy there and, you know, it's just how it is.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine. Ravioli and Chad, the X-Con, the current Black Mage, the Stone, and the Sword. I like it. Underrated Disney movie, by the way, The Sword and the Stone. Saracen going to turn in the slab, hoping for probably Oxyale, but I mean, the game could just say, hey, here's the ribbon, and go get the Oxyale out of Waterfall. Or the
You
TNT,
know,
that's right.
no, I had the TNT. The TNT was ice, and that turned into the katana.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna mark that. I definitely missed that one.
The fetch items are all done.
Okay. Well, that's good at least. Loot? No. Loot's too easy.
It's
Oh.
the Oxyale.
Alright. Chat, we were hoping for the ribbon, but it's fine.
So, with this being the situation, I'm going to run C before considering water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I know that one of them is a ribbon and the other is the loot.
Yep.
And while I love ribbons, I only really need one because of this heal magic on the ninja.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like fighting every bit of memory in my arms to go towards Onrak first.
This is the correct play too, Chad. You go here, you check this one box, you find out if this is your loot or not. If it's in the second ribbon, fine. We have warp, we have exit if we want to go save it, great. But this is the correct play.
If it's the ribbon, I'm going to carbonate bubbles out of spite.
Yeah, and I think chat wants to see that. I approve. We talked at the beginning of the seed about that friendly chest. This is the room right here. It is locked in the vanilla game, but you wouldn't know it because by the time you get over to Sea Shrine, you already have the Mystic Key in your inventory.
Ghosts are okay experience, right?
Man, they are also scary.
I got an ambush. I first struck them, rather.
I just meant in general.
Yeah, they are scary. They hit very hard.
Mm-hmm.
They were not worth as much experience as I hoped.
Hey,
It's the ribbon,
okay.
so time to go.
Yeah.
Time to go visit some people.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are not aware, I am one of the founding members of Bubbles Soda Company. We are on a mission to refresh all of the lands surrounding Canaria. And with that, you have to understand that our source of carbonation comes in the form of mermaids.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, this mermaid right here. This mermaid is Bubbles. Yes, ma'am, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's that Thor
Oh,
hammer.
nice.
I am actually going to put the Thor hammer onto the white mage, which means I'm going to put that X-Cal on the black mage, like we talked about before.
More carbonation.
Here I am trying to remember how to menu back to my warp charges. It's difficult some days, chat.
Again, Chad, don't be tempted to take a fight if you see a Gershark. They typically roll very high on the HP. Are free to take that fight if you want, if you see them paired up with the Big Eye. They are XP pinatas. Gershark Big Eye is a great fight. But don't be fooled by that, 2 Gershark Shark encounter or a Gershark with a Wiz Hag. They will waste your time more often than they pay off.
I'm checking so many boxes here, hoping for random things that I'm just pretty sure aren't coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got 2 ribbons. Oh, hi. That's fine. good thing you do.
I probably should have left him down, but no.
Nah.
No, this place is dangerous.
Yeah. Ooh, Siberian Bull. That's a man after my own heart. I love RC Cola. Yeah, Banesword's not terrible.
It's fine slaughter. I'm realizing, actually, I got at one point a gold +4, never equipped. So, we're going to do that.
Jolt Cola Phoenix. That's a blast from the past.
Dude, you remember when they did that rebottling of Surge?
Yeah, Zero and Frosty said they
sold out in minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. One of my friends got some of that and gave me a can, and I was like, "Why did I ever like this?"
All right, this is Kraken again, the Water Fiend. Not to be completely disrespected, but again, we have a very secure party at this point, most likely.
I am throwing a nuke out from the Red Mage, who will get a turn. Or a Brack, rather. No. Now we just go damage, because we already have over half the hit points of this Fiend out.
Oh. All right.
On to the full clear we go.
Yes. So 42 minutes, 13 seconds-ish right now. So pretty good full clear simulator considering.
Yeah, when you get an early floater because of early lockpick thief.
Out of logic floater.
Yeah, out of logic floater into canoe.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I am really annoyed that Ice turned into another katana after I already had one. Like that's the slap in the face right there.
Yeah. Do we have vanilla tiles on?
No, it's shuffled.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you found the metal slams where they shouldn't have been. Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes you just get the vanilla tile in their vanilla location. And this is fine. And it showed up with 4 Wiz Mummies, so it's enough to merit.
Yeah. I always take that fight if I see 4 more Wiz Mummies. Yay!
Hey. I like how... Oh. Nice. I like how finding that kazoo means that our sound effects are kind of in line with the chipset that we have for the NES. All right, well, we're in go mode. It's looking pretty good, but I'm not super confident in levels. But we're gonna go for it and see what happens.
Yeah.
The Black Mage is going to stay a statue as long as possible. And the reason for that is that, stoned things don't require resources. I was really hoping there were heal potions.
I remember there was one other thing besides the cube, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember either. I'm like 30 shy, and I only have heal 2 for healing, so it's
Right.
like I need to have 34. Yeah, and I've got plenty of softs. Plenty of softs.
Yeah, we're good. All right, here we go.
45-11.
That's pretty good.
We're gonna see if this white mage hits decent.
Sure,
Yeah,
she does.
2 hits, 207. That improved Thor
Mm-hmm.
doing work.
Mm-hmm.
It helps that the Thor rolled up, you know? So the improved agility on the thief is going to do work in terms of getting out of ambushes and getting more first strikes. That's going to help us as we get through this Topher overall. And that's one of the main reasons that Thief is a very powerful choice in the randomizer at this state. You know, this party being what it is performing pretty well.
Yeah.
The magic was good. The magic was really good. The early availability of items was good, and the stoning of the black mage was just great.
Yeah, that was really nice timing on that.
Fellison saying doesn't know when to do melee swings with mages when they have some weapon blurring. So generally speaking, even with a weapon blurse, mages don't swing for much.
Mm-hmm.
They have bad hit growth is the biggest problem. So they don't actually get that many hits, and not getting many hits is the first step in not doing any damage. The improved Thor kind of breaks that logic a little bit because the Thor hammer's damage doubling as you're getting into actual swings is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why in 262 there was a crit in there, yes,
Yeah.
but the white mage doing the most damage that round,
It's cute.
I love it. I'm still susceptible to nuke, which is really weird.
Yeah.
And even when you see a 4 Agaba pack, it's hard to justify taking XP fights here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you are specifically in for a leveling grind.
A good number to keep in mind, chat, when thinking about survivability in Temple of Fiends Revisited is the number 400. That is the max amount that a nuke can roll for against your party. So if your party has above 400 HP, you have the survivability of 1 nuke, which could mean a lot. It can also, low roll and only do like 110 damage. It's entirely possible. But having the layer of security of 400 HP is usually a target for most of us that we look for.
So Carrie didn't have a whole lot going on, but we are approaching the point where that black mage is going to stop being a lawn gnome and start being an ablative meat shield.
Mm-hmm.
So speed and power. A lit 2, I think that was out of the Kraken.
It was.
There are a bunch of lit 2s in the pool, which is nice. 4 hits, 7 damage is a real bad sign. That's going to mean that ninja turns to nukes as well.
Yeah, that's very uninspiring. 270 and another nuke is good, and 100 more, and we're there. That was a low HP Kraken too.
It's 100% scaling, dude. This is vanilla.
Well, it felt like a low HP scaled Kraken too.
Yes.
It felt like it. You right.
I should have switched the ninja back to slot 1 there, but I was late. We're just we're just gonna throw microwaves and hope it works.
Oh,
Tornado is a really dangerous spell. Did you
yeah,
know that?
yeah,
Or skill, I guess.
yeah. Non-elemental. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Unless we see a Cure 4 come out in short order. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, moving that ninja this time just in case.
All right. So we're gonna actually see real buffing happen now. So yeah. All right. So one thing with a ninja is they start with so much more evade than anybody else because of their starting agility that it's real easy to max them out. And yeah, with that invis cast from the white mage in rounds 1 and 2, that ninja is basically unhittable.
Mm-hmm. 10 hits,
Uh,
552. That's a big swing. We would like to see a few more crits in there, but that's still a lot of damage.
yep. And this is so far punches only chaos.
Yeah. 66808. That katana is very strong. Even at neutral, chat, you can see the power of a buffed katana here.
And
Hey,
that is terminated.
time.
I got 5144 on my end.
That's probably correct. That was a few seconds slow. I have 5148. So, yeah, nice job. GG's.
Thank you. All right, so lessons about the ninja. I hope you saw just how much we were avoiding fights here.
Yeah.
The value of experience very high with the ninja. You really want to funnel to make sure that the ninja has the hit points to deal with incoming threats. Because while they're great against melee, nukes absolutely wreck them in a way that a fighter is resilient to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, what are your thoughts, Doofy?
Now, I mean, you really saw a little bit of everything tonight from that ninja. Very early lockpicking showed you how that can just totally break things and open it. We talked about how this game, despite its awesome randomized capabilities, doesn't really take lockpicking into its account when it deals with logic. So that can very easily, as you see, probably, what do you think, knocks 10 minutes easy off of this with,
Oh, way more than 10
yeah,
minutes, dude.
at
So,
least.
so if we're thinking about our logic chain here,
Hmm.
the crown was Sarda, I want to
Right,
say.
right.
So that required having uh, the Titan food, and
Hmm.
we never actually landed on the Onrak dock or the Melman dock, right? We
Hmm.
had the floater before we had the connect.
Correct.
So the idea of finishing out whatever else was in the inner sea to go to Melmond to come back to get the key from Astos to
Hmm.
then get the floater absolutely saved at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Probably even more, like Saracen said. That was some special stuff right there.
Sometimes you get very entertaining things. And I mean, all I saw before the broadcast was the blursings.
Yeah.
So like it's not like I was going in like knowing what was going on. I'm puzzling it out. The the fabulousness that is lockpicking, especially with early lockpick, is hard to overstate.
Right. It's
The lockpicking in general is very strong. Usually you'll see community flags put it at 15 to 25, somewhere in there,
yeah.
if it's going to be on at all.
Hmm.
And the if is really big because lockpicking is very imbalanced.
Yeah. Yeah. It can remove the need to do entire dungeons from, the routing that you take. It can just completely just take things out of the way that you would have had to do otherwise. So do not sleep on that when you see that as a flag. Keep an eye out for that one. There's certain flags, like I said, we're going to go over the next several weeks, and that's one of them to keep an eye out for.
Beyond that, the other thing to keep in mind with the ninja or the thief is that equipment is a very different beast on the thief than it is on the fighter. And with the ninja, that's sort of, you kind of bypass it a bit. There's still some things that, like, maybe you wouldn't expect you can't equip. Like, you cannot put on steel armor. That's just a fighter exclusive.
Yeah.
And it's the best shop armor that's available with like 40 something absorb vanilla.
Yeah.
All that opal gear, just chuck it out into the vendors.
Yeah.
You want the gold. There's going to be a bunch of stuff you find in the seeds where you just can't use it. A big call out, and I didn't call it out in the moment, is the crit on the katana is really synergistic with the additional hit growth that the ninja has in the randomizer, because more swings is more chances to crit, and you just limit the possibility of not getting crits. And because crits ignore absorb, they tend to be extremely strong on bosses. So the katana melts chaos when it's buffed properly. But the downside is it just doesn't have as much raw attack stat as other weapons. And so that's where the tempers really come in and make it a strong choice. You saw that chaos went down in 3 swings.
Yeah.
That was just all on the back of fast and tempers.
Yeah. Nothing fancy. Speed and power.
I didn't even use like much of the blursing stuff other than early lockpicking.
No, that was
Feels
really
bad for how good they were.
Yeah, it's really all you needed, though. I mean, the floater within about 8 seconds, and it's laugh and here we go.
Yeah. I mean, it could have put the canoe off like it would in the winter tournament, though.
It certainly could have. The logic there was a little bit different, and we didn't have lockpicking to worry about.
So if chat has any questions, by all means, toss them in. We love answering questions, and with this broadcast being so much shorter than Sunday, we have time.
Yeah. Or even if you don't think of anything now, feel free to put it in the channel on the Discord. Final Fantasy Randomizer. Come over, hang out, join us. Throw a question in there if you're not sure. We got the new player Duck Pond. We have the Duck Boot Camp channel as well. You can just come on over, give yourself the duck roll over in the roll request channel, and you can see a lot of the content you saw tonight. Maybe, learn how to play the game. Maybe just pick it up. I saw a few people in chat tonight saying they'd never seen it randomized before. So, thanks for hanging out and checking it out. And, hopefully you saw something you like and you maybe want to play and give it a chance.
Yeah, this game has a lot of different stuff, and we're going to get into that as we go along. Just, I don't want to spoil too much in the future, but we've got one more kind of basic week on the Melee with the Black Belt week coming up this Sunday.
Air quote basic.
I mean, it is. It is essential basic knowledge in the randomizer these days.
True.
But after that, that's where things start getting a little spicy, where we start talking about how the game can really get shuffled around in weird ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we haven't touched yet, so.
We're going to have guest runners for several of our weeks coming up, with Fry Teeth being our Black Belt week. Super Black Belt, man.
Yeah, Fry Teeth. Second place winter tournament that just finished up. Great run there. Knows what he's doing when it comes to a black belt. So you guys are in for a treat if you join us on Sunday night. Us being Saracen and Fry Teeth, I unfortunately will not be there. I have a work commitment. But you guys are going to see some cool stuff. Fry Teeth is very strong when it comes to the black belt.
And so, that's the black belt is a whole new world. And you'll get to experience the fun of that, and maybe we'll convince Fry Teeth to pump up the numbers a bit, because the black belt can get some big numbers.
Yeah, maybe ramp that scaling up to, I don't know, like 180, 250, something like that.
We put the hit points in Black Belt week on bosses up a bit. A bit.
You'll see why, chat. The black belt. You think you saw some good damage out of the katana tonight. You did, but yeah, you guys ain't seen nothing yet.
I'll tell you the spoiler. The boss hit points are 200 to 300%.
Oh, and then I was being generous.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna have fun.
yeah, and
We're gonna have fun.
it won't matter either. That's the whole problem. That's the whole point. It won't matter.
Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot in the chat here, but I hope that everybody had a good time with me showing off the ninja doing silly things, having a much easier time than Luffy did on Sunday.
Yeah, it's okay. It was fun. You guys got to see a tale of two different seeds here. Sunday night, it was a little bit of a slog, a little bit of a different story. Saracen got to jet it out tonight and show you some fun stuff.
With a little bit, I would say, riskier everything
Mm-hmm.
with the hit point levels.
True.
Because I was not nuke safe at the end, and
No.
you saw that with the tornado.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could have been a really bad time if there was like a sneaky Fire 3 in there coming up next. The two ribbons had you secure, but that could have been not great.
Yeah. So this flag set will go into the Async Weekly tomorrow morning. That is something that Life Reboot's going to post. We have a seed vetted, ready to go. So once Life Reboot posts that, you'll be able to run this. Again, it's just like the Duckling Weekly. We're going to have a full week available on the Async Weekly for these after the reveal stream. Tomorrow night, we are also going to have a community race on these flags. I won't be around for it. There's an evening commitment on Thursdays. But it'll be these flags tomorrow night in a community race. Come check it out. If you're interested in racing, the announcement will go out about 45 minutes before the race, and I believe it is a 9 o'clock start as well for those. And that will be rebroadcast, I believe, on the Final Fantasy Randomizer Twitch channel.
I think you are correct. I can check
So
that.
if you want to race, by all means race. If you want to just hang out, see how other runners play these flags, absolutely valid. And if you are interested in running the weekly, feel free to roll a different seed if you want to practice, get a feel for things, kind of understand the flow of the thief.
Mm-hmm. And coming up also in the next few weeks, we're going to have VOD reviews as well for some of you runners out there that want to submit, a run of you doing a seed that, you can ask some critiquing and some, what's the word I'm looking for here? Mentorship almost even from some of us that'll be able to watch the VOD for you and kind of give you some tips or some pointers. And, you can ask questions and kind of learn things while you watch and, watch along with one of us or two of us, depending on how many of us do it. But that's going to be pretty cool. So definitely take advantage of that as well.
All right. Well, Luffy, I think I covered what I wanted to cover.
Yeah, I think I'm good too. That was fun. Thanks for asking me to hang out. I enjoyed it.
One thing I do want to also call out, the Danning thing. Very important skill for Black Belt Week.
Yep.
Very important. Mm-hmm. While it was very important here tonight to funnel that experience to the ninja, it is far more essential in Black Belt tech.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep. And
be ready. Be ready to experience the joy of killing your party.
Yeah, there is an art form to it, and there are certain times when you've been doing it a long time, and you find a way to like roll right onto that that spot where you're taking levels like with your mages very low HP and that black belt ready to go, and you're just like, oh, it feels good. So you're gonna see some cool stuff on Sunday.
And last little shout out as we wrap up here. The wiki is getting updated with all of the class seeds. We're getting everything uploaded to YouTube as soon as it's available. The Twitch broadcasts are being highlighted, so they'll stick around a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. And then once we get the export to YouTube, it'll be posted into the boot camp as well. So, if you're looking to just check this out at a later point, everything is going to be archived in the wiki. That is wiki.finalfantasyrandomizer.com, or just go to the Rando site and click the wiki button at the top. Mm-hmm. Other than that, thank you, Luffy, for doing the restream magic and being here and covering all the spots where I needed to think and not talk.
Anytime, buddy. That was fun.
All right. Well, Ducks, have a good night, and look forward to seeing you posting times in the weekly once that's posted tomorrow morning.
Mhm.
Good night, all.
Have a good night, everyone.